side. 10 laps to go. The heat winner automatically through to the championship. After that, it's the next 4 fastest times from both heats. And here we go. Eager to start. Jalen Godin obviously asking one final question of the starter. And there is the start. So Hellman out fast, Godin behind her. It is Kelsey Hellman, Jalen Godin, and Kaylee Repke out in the top 3 spots here in the early going, joined now by Gabby Guttensberger. So the rest of the pack not far behind as Kelsey Hellman leading the way, now being challenged as both Godin and Guttensberger couldn't get around. 7 laps to go, so about a quarter of the way through. Hellman doing exactly what we expected her to do, but several young challengers. There goes one now. Gabby Guttensberger on the outside. She's going to try to get around, not going to be able to make it. Still stuck on the outside, having to get back in line, back in 4th. So Hellman, Godin, and Repke holding on to the first 3 spots. A very aggressive Gabby Guttensberger here in the early stages, now halfway through the contest. The field whittled down to 5 in the front pack. Whitehouse and Smith off the back. Now here goes a move. Godin out in front of Hellman now. 4 laps to go. Jalen Godin, no fear of the world team member. Hellman gonna have to respond here. 3 laps left to go. Hellman in 2nd behind Godin. Guttensberger and Repke right in the mix as well. Looking for a champion to qualify, and then it's the next 4 times. So Godin out in front. Hellman probably confident in her time. We'll see if she wants to press the issue and go for the heat win, or if she's content. Here's the bell, and there she goes. There goes Hellman inside. A nifty move there, just like you'd expect. And it's Kelsey Hellman in front once again. Hellman followed closely by Godin. Hellman at the line. Godin in 2nd, followed by Repke and Guttensberger. So Kelsey Hellman letting Jalen Godin have the thrill of the lead for a few laps, but then taking care of business when it counted at the bell, and Hellman through with the automatic qualifier to the final round. As we look at the top times here, Hellman of course through automatically, Godin with the 1:48 as well, so her time looks good. Repke and Guttensberger both under 1:50 as well. We'll see if those times hold up and qualify them for the final. As heat number 2 now out at the starting line. This heat in qualifying led by Foster, then Hannah Geddes, Ashley Hacker, Sierra Golden, Anissa Beatty, and Kristen Hellman. So heat number 2 set to go. And looks like we had some miscommunication between the starter and the timers, so no false start going to be applied to anyone, as it was an official error, not a skating error. So a quick conference there between our starter and our timers. Now we see we have the thumbs up. And there we go, clean start there. Foster quickly out in front, followed by Geddes, Foster, then Geddes, then Beatty. There are the top 3. Sierra Golden and Ashley Hacker in the mix as well, as it is those 5. As it looks like Kirsten Hellman has scratched the race here. So Foster out in front, followed closely though by the rest of the field. 7 laps to go. Foster cruising out in front. See if one of the other ladies can make a move and apply some pressure here through the middle section of the race. Most likely that would be Geddes or Beatty, but certainly Sierra Golden capable of bursts of speed as well. Now halfway through, it is still Foster, then Geddes, Beatty, and Golden. Foster now starting to push the pace, stringing out the field. She's opened up a little bit of a gap between herself and the rest. Geddes still trying to hang on. Beatty and Golden now at least a full second off the pace of Foster. 3 to go. Jazzy Foster continuing to assert herself here as we wind down towards the finish. It is going to be Foster, though. Geddes, a valiant effort to keep the pace. Foster and Geddes as they head to the bell. Beatty and Golden have been dropped. Foster chased by Geddes. There's the bell for Jazzy Foster. Foster is going to be into the final with the automatic qualifying spot after winning heat number 2. Hannah Geddes into second. Beatty, then Golden through as well. So off the back, Ashley Hacker, the final finisher, as we take a look at Jazzy Foster taking a cool down lap. And we go to the scoreboard. So Foster through with the win. Geddes with the 1:47, so she's going to be through on time. Anissa, Beatty, and Sierra Golden, that's going to be really tight. So it looks like it's going to be Foster, Hellman, Beatty, Golden, and Jalen Godin are going to be your 6 finalists. That unofficial results in our 1,000 meter qualifier for the ladies' side. Now to the men's side, heat number 1 already up to the starting line. You see there the man to beat, Jarrett Paul on the inside. It is Jarrett Paul, Aaron Geddes, Zach Street, Josh Simus, Will Minks, Colton Miller, and Derek DeLong all towing the line here. In this one, you see DeLong in that unenviable position of being the 7th qualifier, having to start a step behind. And a clean start there. Everyone basically running off the line as Paul with the quick feet out in front in the early going. It is Jarrett Paul, then Aaron Geddes, then Zach Street. The youngster Zach Street right in there in third right now, contested by Colton Miller. Street now sliding up and into second position. It is Paul, it is Street, it is Geddes. Followed after that, it is Miller, DeLong, Minks, and Simus struggling at the back of the pack. Simus gonna have to pick it up if he wants to make any noise here in the race of champions. So this pack starting to string out halfway through. Jarrett Paul keeping the pace high. Paul chased still by Street and Geddes. So Zach Street, the youngster, going toe-to-toe with the favorite. Now starting to give just a little bit of space up, but trying to bridge back over the gap. He's got Aaron Geddes right there with him as well. So Jarrett Paul, Zach Street, Aaron Geddes, your top 3. They've now opened up a sizable gap on the rest, and Paul starting to do the same to the second 2 as you see Geddes sliding around Street. Here we go to the bell for Jarrett Paul. Paul leading the way here, 1 lap to go in the qualifying 1,000 meter race. It's going to be Jarrett Paul through the line easily to qualify. Aaron Geddes next, Zach Street after that, followed then by Miller and DeLong, Minks, and Simus. So Jarrett Paul living up to the hype here in the opening race of his Race of Champions, getting the win in the automatic qualifying spot. You see there Jarrett Paul with the 1:37, Geddes in at 1:38, and Street as well. Those 2 times look like they're going to be in the mix for a qualifying spot into the championship round. Moving along now, it is heat number 2, Comcast Race of Champions men's 1,000 meter. Heat number 2, headlined, there is the man on the inside, Christian Kiesler. Right next to him, Aiden Saylor. They've gone toe-to-toe a few times here this weekend already, and it has been a close run thing. Saylor going to be looking to step his game up even farther. Inside of them, another youngster, Nicholas Hoff. He's got great speed. We'll see if he can show the endurance to stay with the more experienced competitors around the track 10 times. Also in the heat here, Skylar Alton, Colton Kundert, and Chad Costley. So that is your Heat 2 lineup here. Race of Champions men's 1,000 meter qualifying. To the mark, and it's a clean start. And there you see, indeed it is Aiden Saylor from the second position out in front first. Kiesler right there, and so is the youngster Nick Hoff. So Saylor, Kiesler, and Hoff already about a second between the three of them and the rest of the field. Saylor, Kiesler, and Hoff out in front. The second pack led by Skylar Alton, Chad Costley, and Colton Kundert at the back, but the race is at the front. As we see off the back of our screen was a fall as Colton Kundert slid into the wall, but the top three still going strong midway through the race at the end of this lap. Saylor holding on to that lead, Kiesler and Hoff looking like they're going to qualify on time. Saylor, a bobble through the corner, and that's all the room Christian Kiesler needs to take the lead. It is now Kiesler, Saylor, and Hoff still right there. So the youngster, Nick Hoff, hanging in with the favorites in heat number 2, looking to qualify on time or take advantage of an opportunity late in the race. Now starting to fade just a bit. 2 laps to go. It's Kiesler and Saylor. Hoff drifting backwards. So Kiesler and Saylor, they are headed to the bell. Down the back straight they go. Kiesler, a burst of speed. We've seen he can do that at any time, and suddenly there is a gap, and Christian Kiesler cruising around the final turn, looking good. He's going to be through, qualifying. Saylor in as well, and Hoff in third as Colton Kundert crossed, but he's got a lap still to go. Skylar Alton and then Chad Costley. Colton Kundert going to bring it around as we take a look at our heat winner there, Christian Kiesler, in his time of 1:36. So Saylor 1:37 looks good. Hoff's 1:39 also looking good, as he is likely the last qualifier on time. The rest of the times up above 1:40 for Alton, Costley, and then Kundert, of course, having to overcome the fall. So looks like the final set in the 1,000, it's going to be Paul, Geddes, Street, Kiesler, Saylor, and Hoff. As we head back to the starting line, and you see there Kelsey Hellman on the inside track here in the ladies 300 meters. So about as pure a sprint as it gets in inline speed skating. 300 meters, 3 short trips around the track. It's going to be Kelsey Hellman, Ashley Hacker, Sierra Golden, Caitlin Smith, and Hannah Whitehouse. The start of this one held up briefly as the officials had to issue a warning to one of our male competitors for an improper equipment piece. So warning there. He'll have to get that straightened out before the men's 300 meter heats get started. So as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the 300, a pure drag race. It's all about speed. The first 2 to the line are in. After that, times don't matter. 300 meters, not a long distance at all when you're on skates going this fast. Kelsey Hellman out fast in front. Ashley Hacker and Sierra Golden following along. They're going to be racing for that second spot. As you see Golden sliding into second. Now Hacker trying to take it back. Is she going to get around the inside? Golden cuts her off. Contact, but Golden keeping to the line as here we go to the flag already. Hellman in easy, and then Golden going to take second. So it is Kelsey Hellman and Sierra Golden who are through to our final heat in the women's 300 out of heat 1. And there is the scoreboard. So Kelsey Hellman averaging just over 10 seconds a lap, completing the 3 laps in 31.86. Sierra Golden and Ashley Hacker separated by just about 0.4 of a second there as well. All of these ladies trucking right along. We see our head starter and timers getting on the same page for heat number 2. It's a 4-lady heat. Jasmine Foster, Jalen Godin, Gabby Gutensberger, and in fact it is just the 3 of them, as Kirsten Hellman is a scratch once again. So 3 racers for 2 spots. Jazzy Foster in front, followed by Jalen Godin. So Foster and Godin, the fast-forward teammates. Gabby Gutensberger, the young Midland Rocket, also trying to make some noise here in the race of champions. We're to the bell already, and it is Foster and Godin. Foster and Godin. Gutensberger trying to close the gap, but she's running out of time and space. Foster, Godin, 1-2. Gutensberger right there, but about a quarter of a second back by the eye test. We'll take a look at the official times, and indeed it is a quarter of a second back that Gutensberger was behind Godin. So Foster and Godin through to the finals in the 300. So heat number 3, now a 4-woman race. Hannah Geddes, Kayla Duque, Kaylee Repke, and Anissa Beatty. And they are off. Off the line quickly is Hannah Geddes. Geddes the top qualifier in this one. It's Geddes and Repke out in front. Early Duque and Beatty lagging behind. Only the top 2 will advance. Geddes and Repke in that spot now. Now there goes Kaylee Repke out in front. So it is Repke and Geddes to the bell. Repke with a burst of speed now opening up a gap, and it's interesting in second now. Hannah Beatty sliding around Geddes, so it's Repke through, and then Anissa Beatty coming in to grab that second spot. So Kaylee Repke getting the heat win, and Anissa Beatty coming in at the very last moment to grab that second qualifying position, and that is going to complete our final field for the women. Out of heat 1, it's Kelsey Hellman and Sierra Golden. Heat 2, Jasmine Foster and Jalen Godin. And then in heat 3, it is Kaylee Repke and Anissa Beatty. So now we move on to our men's side, the men's 300, heat number 1, Jarrett Paul, Nicholas Hoff, Skylar Alton, Colton Miller, and Derek DeLong. This is one where we expect to see exactly how fast Nicholas Hoff can go, the young man out of the fast forward team, taking on Jarrett Paul, and it is Paul and Hoff out in front in the early going. Hoff tailed closely by Colton Miller. Jarrett Paul, a sizable advantage here already 1 lap in. He is leaving nothing to doubt as Colton Miller moves inside of Hoff. Miller, Hoff, also Skylar Alton in there for the second qualifying spot. Jarrett Paul is going to be in easily with the second spot up for grabs. It's Miller in front of it now, and there it is as Colton Miller gets the second qualifying spot there in the number 9 helmet. Colton Miller coming up big and grabbing the second qualifying position. You see it there, Jarrett Paul absolutely flying, looking at about 9.5 seconds per lap on that 28.5. Colton Miller, the 29.88, and the rest of the field coming in right above half a minute, but it is Paul and Miller who get the finals spots. number 2 now at the starting line. Christian Kiesler on the inside. He's the top qualifier here. Zach Street, who we've already seen qualify through for one final. Josh Simas and Chad Costley rounding out the field. And off they go. It is Kiesler and Street out front. Slow start for Simas, and he's now at the back of the field, but Kiesler and Street are out in front. Christian Kiesler doing the same thing that Jared Paul did, leaving nothing to chance, getting out in front. There's the bell. It's Kiesler and Street. They look to be firmly entrenched in the 1 and 2 spots, so Kiesler and Street are going to be through, as Simas came around late and was unable quite to get around Chad Costley, but it didn't matter anyway, as it is that man Christian Kiesler and Zach Street as we take a look at those top 2 finishers, 29.4 and 29.6. And then a very tight race back for third, but Costley and Simas both out of this men's 300-meter competition. And our final qualifying heat in the 300. Aiden Saylor, Aaron Geddes, Will Minks, and Colton Kundert. Saylor there on the inside as the top qualifier here in heat number 3. Quick start here. It is Aaron Geddes from the second position who actually gets to the turn first. So Geddes, then Saylor. Saylor closely followed by Minks and Kundert. But Geddes out in front quickly. He is doing the same thing that Jared Paul and Kiesler did, leaving nothing to chance. Saylor now opening up a gap on the rest of the field, as well as we have Geddes and Saylor to the checkered flag. Geddes and Saylor through to the final. So a 6-man final field is going to feature, you saw there, Aaron Geddes getting the heat win. Aiden Saylor also qualifying from heat 1. Joining them is going to be Jared Paul and Colton Miller. And then from heat number 2, we have Christian Kiesler and Zach Street. So those are your qualifying skaters who will be contesting the championship round of the 1,000 and the 300. Up next, we're going to have our long 50K elimination race. It's going to take a couple minutes to get organized for the rolling start of that one, and we'll bring it to you as soon as they are ready. welcome back everyone to the Comcast Race of Champions here at the American Championships of U.S. Roller Speed Skating. Up next is the first of our final events here tonight. It is the 50K ladies elimination. So the elimination race, a little bit different than what we've been showing you up to this point. In the elimination race, all 12 of our skaters are going to start. They're going to get a rolling start. You can see them there in the two vertical lines set up for the rolling start, and you can be eliminated if you're at the back of the pack. Eliminations taking place in one of two ways. There will be random eliminations rung by the bell. It's the officials will ring the bell, rather, and then whoever's at the back of the pack at the end of that lap, they will be eliminated from the contest. You are also eliminated if you fall a full lap behind the leader. So the leader can do a lot of the elimination work on her own. The lineup here, it's going to be Kelsey Hellman, Jasmine Foster, Hannah Geddes, Kayla Duque, Jalen Godin, Ashley Hacker, Sierra Golden, Gabby Gutensberger, Kaylee Repke, Anissa Beatty, Caitlin Smith, and Hannah Whitehouse. They will continue to eliminate 7 skaters one by one over the course of the 50 laps until we are down to 5. Only 5 of our contestants will finish the full 50 laps. The last elimination will happen no later than 3 laps to go. So 5 going to finish, and then the last one eliminated will take that 6th place position and get the 3 points. Again, the point system here, this is the first points awarded going to come here to the 6th place finisher. She will get 3. 5th place will grab 5 points. 4th place will pick up 8. 3rd place 13, 2nd place 21, and 1st place 34 points. So a big lead here in the overall race of champions. As you see, our ladies starting to get moving on the rolling start. So the rolling start led by the official there, and he will slide out of the way after a lap, and then it will be a mad dash. So speed, but also strategy, as you may want to bide your time near the back of the field, but never at the back of the field. There's the buzzer to start things off, and here we go. Gutensberger, who pretty much won the draw to be out in front, and she leads the race. As you see, the full field there. If there were to be an elimination right now, it'd be Kayla Duque on the chopping block. So she'll need to try to move up if she wants to stay in the competition. So Gutensberg, Godin, and then Jazzy Foster, followed by Hannah Geddes and Caitlin Smith in the top 5. So Kelsey Hellman hanging out there in 6th position, comfortably in the middle of the pack, certainly safe from elimination and also ready to make a move when the occasion calls for it. In fact, there's one there sliding on the inside up into 5th position. It is now Ashley Hacker who is in jeopardy there at the back of the pack. Hacker and Whitehouse battling to see who is going to end up being the first one eliminated. Hacker on the inside, Whitehouse slightly ahead, but skating extra distance as she seems to be trapped outside of the main line. Still setting the pace is Gutensberger, a very manageable pace for most of these skaters. As you see, a little bit of jostling now. Gutensberger pushed outside and towards the back. She's down into 3rd position now. 9 laps in, still no elimination. So Godin in front, followed by Foster, Gutensberger, Geddes, and Repke now rounding out the top 5. Kelsey Hellman still hanging out there in the 6th, 7th position right there. And there is a bell, so an elimination coming here at the end of the lap. It's going to be a tight elimination race. Looks like Whitehouse, Smith, and Hacker all back there. Could be any of those three, and it is going to be Caitlin Smith off the back, and she will be eliminated. So 11 racers now. Caitlin Smith saying farewell to this race, and the pace now starting to pick up ever so slightly, ticking up. Gutensberger back out in front, Godin behind her, Foster next. Now Kelsey Hellman there in the 4th spot, Repke in 5th. It's Anissa Beatty running 6th, Hannah Geddes 7th, Sierra Golden 8th, and then our tail 3 are Kayla Duque, Whitehouse, and Hacker. So Hacker now off by herself at the end. So it looks like it is going to be Ashley Hacker who's going to be the next one to go at the next ring of the bell. If the pack doesn't catch her first, there's a big bunch at the front of the pack as Gutensberger ending up back out in front ahead of Godin. Hellman now up in 3rd position ahead of Foster, but Foster making a move all the way to the front. So Foster now making a move. Looks like maybe she's going to push the pace and see who can stick with her, as we are now almost 20 laps into this thing. Only one elimination still, although Hacker now getting into jeopardy of being eliminated by the field as Foster continuing to lead a speed up in the pace. There's the bell for an elimination, and once again it is going to be Hacker, although she had possibly a chance to make it interesting with Kayla Duque, but it is Ashley Hacker out the back. So we are down to 10 now. Ashley Hacker is gone. Jazzy Foster still in front. Godin, Hellman, Gutensberger, Anissa Beatty in there. Kaylee Repke as well. And there's an elimination of number 14, Duque. The field has eliminated Duque. They're going to catch Whitehouse as well. So Duque and Whitehouse out just before we reach the halfway point. Foster, Godin, and Kelsey Hellman, 3 fast-forward skaters at the front. As we take a quick look at the scoreboard, you can see where everyone is. Everyone on that front lap. We've got the 7 left, and then the 1 trailer is, at this point, Hannah Geddes. So Geddes going to be eliminated, be it by the bell or the field, one way or another. Hannah Geddes' elimination final is short-lived here. It is inevitable at this point, and she realizes it as we focus in on our 7 skaters. So top 7 skaters, only one of those ladies going to leave this race empty-handed. Points for the top 6, and there is the field eliminating Hannah Geddes. And you can see the anguish on her face as she is simply out of gas. And now Sierra Golden starting to get dropped by the top 6. So as it stands now, Godin, Foster, Hellman, Gutensberger, Repke, Beatty, and Sierra Golden trying to hang on. The next elimination will be the last woman not to get any points. Right now it looks to be between Sierra Golden and Anissa Beatty. Golden currently at the back as Godin and Foster continue to split the lead duties. Strategy up there as you have 3 fast-forward teammates working together to control this race from just about the beginning. As we saw Kaylee Repke now making a move up into 4th position. 18 laps to go. 2 skaters still to be eliminated. Anissa Beatty now pushing Gutensberger out into the 6th position. Sierra Golden still at the back, so she looks like she's struggling just to hang on, and we would expect her to be the next skater eliminated unless there is a mishap that befalls one of the front 6. So still fast forward 1, 2, 3, Godin, Foster, and Hellman. Now Gutensberger passing Repke back into 4th position. Beatty getting involved in that as well. The fast forward skaters seem to be happy where they are, controlling this race, looking to make it to the final segment, the 3-lap sprint to the finish for the points. a move there. Golden tried to get in on the inside. She was cut off, and Gutensberger now going to go up, try to break up the fast forward trio in front. They build a wall and keep her out. So fast forward, Foster, Hellman, Godin now in third. There is the bell, and the bell tolling for Sierra Golden. As you can see, she has been dropped by the field. So Sierra Golden's night is done here in terms of the elimination race. So Sierra Golden, a nice run and a 7th place finish it will be for her. So the top 6 now, everyone on your screen as we take a look at the scoreboard there. Everyone, 10 laps left to go. Everyone still in the race going to get at least 3 points in our overall standings. Return to the action here. 8 laps to go, so there's going to be one more elimination. It will happen somewhere in the next 5 laps. So the jockeying for final position starting right now. Foster out front, Hellman right behind, Godin behind her, Repke in 4th, Beatty in 5th, and Gutensberger now off the back on the chopping block after spending much of the race in the front bunch. Here we go, pace quickening slightly every time. There goes Kelsey Hellman sliding into the front. Foster taking the lead right back as we have 5 laps to go. Now it really is on. They're not waiting for the final 3 laps. They're going now. Foster and Hellman. Hellman and Foster leaving the rest behind. Kelsey Hellman and Foster. Here is the bell. So the bell tolling for either Beatty or Gutensberger on the back. But the race is up front between our 2 favorites. It is Hellman, it is Foster, Godin behind them, Repke next. Beatty gonna hang on for 5th, so Gutensberger eliminated in 6th. And Hellman now turning it on and showing us all why she is the favorite. Foster and Godin in the battle for 2nd, but Hellman has spread out a gap.